no! Oh, it's from the show! It's from the show! From the show! Oh, it's from the show! It's from the show! From the show! I'm gonna be on TV! I'm gonna be a TV star! I'm gonna be on TV! Oh, it's from the show! I want you to block my clothes, make me happy, and Sonic, what is this? Scrap my monkey thing, that hedgehog, there every hair of my beautiful ball. Block my clothes, make me happy, and Sonic, what is this? Scrap my monkey thing, that hedgehog, there every hair of my beautiful ball. My name is Robotnik. Baby, baby. My name is Robotnik. Baby, baby. Robotnik, yeah. Robotnik, rah. Oh, it's from the show. It's from the show. From the show. Oh, it's from the show. It's from the show. From the show. I'm gonna be on TV. I'm gonna be a TV star. I'm gonna be on TV. Oh, it's from the show. No wonder people say, look, no wonder people say, look like Santa Claus. No wonder people say, look, no wonder people say, look like... What? More Chippies! More!
Hello.
More Chippies!
Final Fantasy today. We're gonna be here a while still. Because even after we're done with the regular campaign, Yuffie's campaign's next. I won't be going right into Rebirth, though. Which I've said a couple of times. I'm probably gonna play that on my own first. I'm gonna calling the boys in just one moment. It might just be Train today again. I don't know. I'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. We're probably gonna be talking about Super Robot Wars. The new trailer thing dropped. But oh yeah, you know what? You're right. No more music. Okay, let me unmute the audio. Take down the funny image, and give a call. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Surviving. Yourself?
About the same. I did watch the trailer, the demo trailer.
Yeah.
So where before I was like, I'm not sure when I'm gonna get it. I might hold off. Two things in that trailer made me go, okay, I do need to get it sooner rather than later. Probably gonna end up pre-ordering it.
Yeah.
One is the Mazing Emperor G.
Yeah.
Fucking love that thing. And love Sekihata and Kyoken.
Oh, good. I mean, I put my pre-order in because I was like, I was already gonna do it because Godzilla, you know.
Yeah.
I gotta do it. But yeah, I was just kind of waiting for it to be closer to the month. But yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be a little bit closer to time because I can literally wait till like the day before and do it, and it still counts. So
Yeah.
I'll probably do it then. I do like that the fucking because I saw that the some of the old things, but I did not see the Tornado Rex in one of the previous things I was reading. So it was cool to see
It's in the
that
DLC.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, seeing that in the DLC, I was like, oh, that's awesome because I love the Tornado Rex.
As is the Zelgard, and there's no and we might be wondering why just the Zelgard. Well, Zelgard has no upgraded X for some reason. It
Yeah, I
just
wouldn't
gains
know. I
more
didn't play
attacks.
X. But
I'm curious as to what the DLC series will be because they promise 5 units per pack. So
yeah, I am curious. Part of me still thinks they'll do season 2 of Witch, but part of me wants that because I do like the mechs in that, and part of me doesn't want that because I'd like just something weird and random.
I feel like they won't do season 2 of Witch because they probably would rather just because I think for like the debut for like a Gundam series specifically, they'd probably rather just actually do the plot in the game.
I mean, they did debut it there. It's just they're doing it on the first season plot.
Well,
But,
yeah, but I mean,
I see what you're saying.
The problem is, right, is that because assuming the DLC works the same way as 30, you can access the DLC from basically whenever. So it'd be really weird to be doing like
Season
okay,
1
well,
stuff,
we're gonna
and then fucking
yeah.
the Caliburn shows up or some shit.
Yeah, so you're suddenly just doing like the season 2 like big final battle, while also then be like, and anyway, then we go back to wacky high school hijinks.
True.
So, I think it's unlikely. I mean, it's possible. Maybe they are just units, but I feel like it's more likely it's either counting the OG units, or there'll be or it'll just be like like other series with like small casts or mechs or
Yeah.
mech cast sizes.
But it'll be interesting to see what they do with it. But yeah, Love Sekigata and Kyoken sold me. I was like, yeah, that's... And also the fact that that implies that the Rising Gundam might be there too, as a unit.
Yeah, that's pretty likely, I'd say.
Which I
Like,
think that's...
bearing in mind, like, most of the G Gundam stuff, they already still have, like, the high-quality sprites for anyway,
Yeah,
so...
so they can... Because I know one of the animation they showed, in, like, the first trailer, Alan B pulling out the fucking ribbons, which is one of the things I was sad they didn't have in T, so...
Mm.
It
So
makes
it's
sense to
likely
be
they
like,
can
let's
at least...
expand on them.
Yeah, so it's likely they can use the, let the, sprites work they already had and save budgets so they can add more.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's the smart move to take.
Probably also the main reason why, like, what's it called? Aura Battler or Dunbine and, or why Dunbine and Gundam Wing are in, since they were also in, like, X. Well, Dunbine was in, like, X and T, but it was... And, Wing Endless Waltz was in, X.
Yeah. But, because the other thing, too, is that's also coming out around that same time is the Shinobi games. Is another thing that I'm looking forward to.
Oh, neat.
And I'm still playing Ragebound. I really like the game. It's definitely hard, but I never feel like it's unfair.
Mm.
Oh, my cat wants out of the room. Can you let her out? Go right there. Once I start, like, yammering because she was sleeping, she's like, okay, I want out.
It's fine, Dan. I know you repelled the pussy.
Tifa almost got squished.
Sure someone's into that.
Someone, probably. We're still, like, right now in the game just going through the wreckage.
Hear that?
A cat!
That's Wedge's cat.
Multiplying.
Wedge's cat.
Oh, well.
Well, we know what we're about to see.
Let's follow it.
Maybe he's okay.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's once again we're kind of in that sort of weird spot where ain't a whole lot like really coming out. Like the summer like big releases. I think part of the problem is we kind of like everybody expected GTA 6 to be out this year.
Yeah, so, like, everybody was kind of, like, moving their cards around to deal with that problem.
Yeah, and then Rockstar was like, actually, we're gonna wait till next year just to fuck over more releases. I wonder if this is what it's like trying to release a game like when a new Dragon Quest is coming out in Japan,
Right?
where you're like,
Imagine, like, developing an RPG and hearing Dragon Quest is about to drop.
hmm.
Hey, we're coming down. Stay right where you are.
I do think that like GTA 6 specifically has like had a impact on like the sort of like I would say like almost drought we've kind of had with like big releases this year.
Yeah, this hasn't really been a big year, but I mean, it doesn't really matter for me as someone who doesn't, like, buy a whole lot of big stuff, but it is,
But I think it's no. I think the problem is that even if you're like not a big AAA or like sort of mainstream purchaser, it does like have an impact on indies as well.
I think, like, the
where
only,
you
like,
have,
AAA I can think of that and also I'm interested in is probably Silent Hill F.
Yeah. I've heard some of the discourse about it, but I want to actually see what it's like before passing
So,
judgment.
the one bit
people
that I
get-
saw that was stupid, that'll be funny for you and me. So, you know how, the series always had, like, a stamina system where like, if you, like, fight a lot or run a lot, your character gets tired and shit like that? So,
yeah.
So F has that. The only difference is it has a bar that you can see, and people saw that and us saw that and went, "It's a Souls-like clone now." What? No.
Well, that is an interesting theory. It's an incorrect one, but it's interesting.
It does, you know, in a weird way, though, in a way, it does highlight how many people didn't play any of the games.
I already knew that from the start.
I mean, yeah, but it's like, it's more, it's a different feel when you can, like, point at it and be like, hey, wait a minute, I see that.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Is that even if we say, like, Silent Hill didn't already have, like, stamina mechanics in of its, like, built into it, this is where, like, the tank controls and the clunky combat comes in, which is also propped up by the nature of when these games were released. So it adds an element of, you know, tension and difficulty. Like, you know, there's lots of people who will go into bat for tank controls.
Yeah, I'm one of the people.
Yeah, now the thing is, the stamina system is, like, basically a way to try and have your cake and eat it too, where you have, like, inbuilt, like, mechanically designed tension or things that will lead to high tension things like, like you know, running out of stamina, while also having, like, gameplay that is smooth and responsive.
Yeah. It's a good way to do it, I think, but yeah, because I know, like, they've done that for a year. They've done, like, the ability to dodge, but, like, and obviously I think these are fine. It was just more funny seeing that was, like, the discourse I saw, and looking at that being like, did you guys ever fucking play these games? That's just normal. The only difference is it had a bar. The only time that one of them had a bar was, I think, like, the highest difficulty in fucking 3, you had to beat it, and then you unlock the ability to, like, see, like, a bar gauge or something like that. Which is kind of funny that you have to beat the game on the highest difficulty to get that, but that's... If I remember, that's what it was. I could be wrong.
I can't recall specifically, but... as I said, I think it's a weird argument to have, because, like, plenty of games do manage to have stamina meters, whether they show them or not, especially horror games. Like,
oh, yeah,
how many horror games actually have, even aside from, like, Silent Hill or Silent Hill Lights, have, like, inbuilt stamina mechanics that you don't necessarily have to see.
Yeah, stamina is, like, an old fucking thing. Just because you fuckers have only played Dark Souls, and that's all your frame of reference is for anything with a roll or a dodge, that's on you, bud.
I would kind of
play
prefer
more
it to
video
not
games.
be a meter. I'd prefer it to not be a meter specifically, in the sense that I'd rather it be like
oh yeah, no, that's
kind of like diegetic thing. Like, I think the gold standard for doing like horror game like HUDs is Dead Space, obviously.
Yeah, I kind of agree that I would prefer it not as a bar, but I get why they would do it because of how modern audiences bitch about whenever you don't have something like that, even for a horror game.
Yeah.
So, like, hell, actually, back in the day, people bitched about that. So I get why they did it, but I do think it's better without it, personally.
Yeah, I just feel like it's fairly easy to do visual and audio cues that tell the player, oh, you're low on stamina, versus...
It's kind of like how I actually really like, back in the old Resident Evil days, where it's like, your only gauge for your health was, like, a general idea and your character, like, moving funny or not. From, like,
honestly,
you know, it's like, oh, you're good. Yeah, okay, caution, danger.
Honestly, one of the low-key things I love about, like, the PlayStation control, like, the sort of modern, like, PlayStation, PS4, PS5 controllers, is the addition of the lights, because what they use, because, like, Resident Evil, they cycle through, like, you know, the, like, the status
colors.
lights, like, we all, yeah, and I feel like that's a great way to do it, with, not having to break up the games, like, without having to break up the game by having, like, you know, visual indicators, while also having a visual indicator for the player. Like, 10 out of 10, that's a great idea. More things should sort of implement
I
stuff
think the
like
issue with it is just that once you get multi-platform, it becomes an issue, because then you're dealing with multiple controllers. Like, my controller right now doesn't have, like, that kind of system. It cannot...
Yeah. No, I know why it's not, like, a thing. I'm just saying, like, in a perfect world,
cool,
I think, like, that is a great way to do it. Like, I think, as I said, my preferred thing is to either do a inbuilt, like, method of looking at things, like, as Dead Space is the gold standard for doing it, and, you know, not every game can bullshit having a holographic display that's in universe, but, you know, lots of other games have found ways to keep track of these sort of elements without having to show you a health bar or a stamina bar.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's with my case, it's more of the I can see. I think it's a dumb argument about the inclusion of stamina mechanics in a horror game because
well,
so
especially
many
in a horror game
games
that's
do
had them
stuff like that.
forever.
But I do see the point of it probably shouldn't be just a meter because it's a bit clunky.
Yeah, if that was their argument, is like, hey, I don't like that it's a meter specifically, I would be like in line with them, be like, yeah, I kind of see what I kind of agree.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me, but
it doesn't bother me to where it's like it doesn't bother me in the sense that I'm like, oh well, I don't want the game now. But it's in the sense of like I'm like, if they give me the option to turn it off, I'm gonna turn it off.
Yeah.
Because I think that would just be better for me personally. Though I do think that would be a good idea as like a thing, or if they wanted to do it, like, okay, you can turn this on if you want as an accessibility option, but allow me to be able to turn it off and be like, I don't fucking want this.
Yeah.
I think that's a good compromise. I think.
Yeah, I do think games would benefit from being able to add in accessibility features like that as well, like being able to turn off and on the HUD or specific elements of the HUDs.
Yeah. But yeah, I was more focused on the idea that for some reason they were shocked at mechanics that were in Silent Hill since like at least 2. I don't remember if 1 did or not, because it's been a long time since I played 1. You know, like complain about mechanic that's been in the series forever, and it really showed me how many people just did not play the game either.
Well, I know lots of people are also bothered that it's not like in Silent Hill, but you know, like I've said before, I feel like we've kind of explored like every nook and cranny of Silent Hill, and anything more would just be like repetition.
Rehash.
So I'm happy for it to just become like a anthology series. 'Cause
Yeah,
I feel like that's sort of the intentional way.
I mean, Halloween should have become an anthology series like they originally intended. That's a whole other story.
Halloween should have ended after the first one. I'm just saying.
That's also a fair statement to say.
It's very rare for horror movie sequels to be worthwhile, and you know I like some of them. Aliens.
Well, Aliens become the action series.
I'm sure. Yeah, it still is a horror. It's just
It's like
like horror. It just has more actiony elements. I mean, obviously, I think the first one's like the better film, but not by a huge amount. But it deserves to exist. I can't like say that for like 90.
I mean, hell, actually, the original Terminator was also a horror movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of a lot of like specifically horror sequels where I'm like, yeah, this needed to exist.
Yeah. But yeah, because also the thing too, because I remember someone was complaining about people complaining about that, and I was like, Silent Hill's more of an idea than a location to me. Like you need to have the themes because like when you get into like, I'll skip past 4 for a second, but I'll go back to it. So like after you get past 3, and just jump like I want to jump ahead of 4. Every other game after that is like rehashing. It doesn't really, it just kind of starts like hitting the same beats. And going back to 4 now, you can tell that even the original team felt that way, because the room was only Silent Hill because Konami told them to make it Silent Hill. It has the similar ideas until you get to Silent Hill, and then it starts kind of, that's where it starts hitting problems, in my opinion. And again, that was Konami's fault at the time. But you can tell they were also like, yeah, there's not a whole lot we can do. We still want to do this kind of like personal horror hell idea, but we're kind of want to move away from this location of Silent Hill. And you know, they were right. Because even like I said, the weakest parts of 4 are when it's like, oh well, it's Silent Hill again, and then everything after that is like discount Silent Hill 2 at best. Hey, look, guys, do you remember Pyramid? Hey, remember when they killed their significant? Oh, or maybe they didn't.
I mean, plot-wise, yeah, it doesn't quite. I would say they don't tend to go like fully down the route of we're just gonna rip off Silent Hill 2. The problem is they do it aesthetically. Like for instance, Pyramid Head showing up in Homecoming just to be there because Pyramid Head became iconic and was in the movie. Like he's not there for it. It's not there for any specific reason other than just I know what that is. And I mean, Homecoming has a lot of other problems.
Oh yeah, so many problems.
Downpour having its whole thing where its endings are fucking glitched also doesn't help it at all.
Forgot about that.
But also like Downpour has a not sun or not Pyramid Head character in the same way that like you know how Resident Evil 5 basically opens with the exact same way as Resident Evil 4, but it's different because they have a guy with an axe instead of a guy with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Downpour does, where they have the Executioner or something, who is a big dude in a raincoat with a big hammer. And it's like the exact same sort of like character and entity and style of encounters as Pyramid Head.
Yeah, I do remember that thing. Because actually, what's funny is I don't, because I genuinely was like, wait, wasn't that just Pyramid?
Yeah.
I literally for a second had that thought. I'm not even like fucking around.
It might as well have been, but no, technically it was original the character Do Not Steal. I mean, Downpour's other problem is that the multiple endings they choose basically well, if you get the best ending, the game just doesn't make any fucking sense. And by best ending, I just mean like the one you're more likely to get, unless you willfully know that you're trying to force a bad ending. Because the whole premise is like, oh, Murphy's in Silent Hill because he'd done a bad thing, but then it turns out if you do the best ending, he didn't do a bad thing. Like, it's meant to imply like, oh yeah, he killed his sons like molester and murderer, and then like they reveal actually if you do everything right, he didn't. Some other dude just killed him for him. And he
I honestly
didn't even
forgot all about this, but I do remember it. I remember the feeling of it being nonsense because now I didn't beat it, but I remember watching. I think it was Best Friends play through it, and then just kind of scratching my head at the ending, like, what the fuck is this?
Because it's the kind of idea that, you know, Silent Hill has to have multiple endings because every game has had multiple endings. The difference being that those multiple endings don't tend to contradict themselves. They're like different outcomes, but from like, you know, the same sort of basis. Whereas Downpour has to effectively change the past to make its endings work. Like, for instance, all of like the endings in Silent Hill 2 hinge on like choices the player makes during the game, but it's not a matter of changing the past. Like, the sort of facts are immutable. Like, James kills Mary. Like, that doesn't change ever, no matter what ending you get or go for. Like, that always has happened. Mary's dead and James is having a psychotic break about it. Whereas Downpour basically relies on the fact that, well, yeah, you have to make it so Murphy doesn't kill someone, or doesn't kill either of the people he's meant to have killed and has to feel guilt about. So it's like, okay, well, why is he here, like, being guilty over something he didn't do?
The only time where it affected where you were running through somebody else's was Silent Hill 1, because 3 you're Heather now, so you're running through hers now. Hers as her now.
Well, okay, so 1 and 3 are weird in the sense that you can argue that it's not a representation of psychosis. Like, the whole point is it's a representation of like the power of the godlike entity, or sort of emerging into the world through the lens of Alessa Gillespie's you know, traumatic childhood. That's why, like, obviously, you know, the children who tormented her are fucked up little monsters, as per usual. Big old fear of like big old thing about fire and rust and decay, because, you know, she's kept alive, just barely, you know, decaying.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So like that's a whole thing where it's just about the sort of affliction, power of the god through through, as I said, a reflection of Alessa herself, but not necessarily about like her own sort of psyche.
When I say hell, I don't mean like when I say hell, I don't mean necessarily psyche. I mean like.
Yeah. And I think Silent Hill 2 is the one that like really cements the idea of the town being a physical manifestation of, or at least some sort of representation of people's like own individual feelings about guilt or punishment. You know, that's why Laura doesn't see anything or isn't unaffected by everything, because she's a child and therefore doesn't really have like regrets or guilt or things or anything like that. So I don't know. It'd be end of the day, it's going to be interesting to see what they do for Silent Hill F, considering it'll be coming from undoubtedly like a J horror perspective, and we've not and J horror in video games is always well, it's just not super done. Like, you basically have Fatal Frame, and the one time From Software did a horror game, and then like a couple like basically shovelware like ring games or something. But does that even count as J horror when it's the Ring?
Okay, so I can't
So-
shoot through those bugs.
So it's what I'm most interested to see what they kind of do with the setting to make it unique. Because yeah, a small town in Japan is not the same as a small town in America.
Yeah, like honestly, I'm very interested in it. It's probably gonna be one of those games I get pretty early.
And hopefully, unlike Fatal Frame, it doesn't have like the one game that fucking ruins it retroactively.
Wait, I'm not like super like I never really got into Fatal Frame. Nothing against, I just never got around to playing it. What happened?
Okay, so did you ever play / know the rough ending to the rough story of Fatal Frame 1?
No, actually, I don't.
Alright, so main character of Fatal Frame 1 has her brother go missing in this cursed mansion. She goes to find him. Long story short, there was a sacrificial ritual that was meant to take place. It was meant to happen on like a pure maiden, but she fell in love. Then, like, knowing this, the family then killed her love, and then it caused the ritual to fail, and she became a vengeful ghost. And the end of the the end of the game is the brother sacrifices himself to sort of keep the spirit of the Shrine Maiden rested while they seal her, while they complete the ritual and seal the evil away. Hey Sabo. So anyway, So yeah. Anyway, like 4 games later, they decide to have revealed that like main character from 1 has a child, but the child is from like the incestuous relationship with her ghost brother, and that also ages her up to look like a teenager.
That is weird.
Yeah, that's why I say it doesn't have like the one entry that's like makes you go, oh come on. Because yeah, before that it was like mostly an anthology. Like two, much like Silent Hill, was like its own completely separate thing. And then 3 was like, oh yeah, we're gonna sort of like go back to the story. And I forget if it's 4 or 5 where they do the whole like ghost incest child main character who's like looks 17 but is like secretly like 5 or something.
What is this?
There's Fatal Frame.
Alright, good. I will never ever look at that.
That's good because I don't think there's been much interest in bringing those games back.
I know some of them got re-released on Steam.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's 4 or 5 where they do that shit, but very much, I don't know how you can run back from that.
Yeah, don't look at me. I have no idea. That's fucking bonkers.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it was more popular, it would be sort of like held in the same sort of regard as Parasite Eve 3.
Oh god.
Yeah, you remember that review.
I forgot about Parasite Eve 3. Oh. I want to go back to pretending it didn't exist. I liked it better.
I mean, to be fair, there is actually a pretty easy way to do that, because technically speaking, Parasite Eve 3 is not Parasite Eve 3 because it didn't have the license to use the name Parasite Eve, so that's why it's called The Third Birthday.
Yeah, that's why it's nothing to do with the previous game.
No, I actually did not know that was why it was called that.
Yeah, it's because it's based on actually, the first game is based on a horror, sort of like medical, like, to call it like specifically a horror is kind of disingenuous because it's almost like a medical drama coupled with like a horror book. That then got made into a movie, and then for some reason Square was like, you know what, yeah, this will be a good thing to adapt into a game.
Isn't the game also kind of like a sequel sort of thing to it?
Yes. So they like loosely reference like the actual events of the novel, but you know, by virtue of a game taking place in New York and not taking place in Japan, makes it like separate. And yeah, nothing that happens in game has anything to do with like the book, and I don't think there was a sequel. But yeah, Parasite Eve was kind of this weird sort of case where it's like almost flash in the pan like surprise hit. Because like from what I understand, because bearing in mind I don't like I've read like some translation or like excerpts that are translated, but I don't read like Japanese, so I can't say for specifically like how the original book reads. But from what I understand, it's kind of like not like amazing, but what makes it work is the fact that it's more like kind of a medical drama sort of like thriller sort of thing, because the author was a doctor of some variety.
Gotcha.
So it had this
I
like
remember the
thing,
God, sorry.
so it had this thing of like being really popular, sort of almost in spite of itself. You know, like how over here we get like specifically it's like fantasy kind of books that are way more popular than they probably deserve to be. You know, not naming
Eragon.
names, Harry Potter, not naming names, but yeah, Eragon, Harry Potter, Twilight.
No, I get it.
Books that are like probably fine in of themselves, but get like massively overblown, or like get like these sort of big like hype, big like sort of hype flash in the pan things. But yeah, so I think that was the case with Parasite Eve. But this was also when like Square was like on top of was like at its like peak in terms of just putting out banger after banger, and then Xenogears.
Damn.
Oh, I thought Shade was gonna be mad because I said that. I know he is mad.
I'm terminating my reaction.
Look, I'll be completely fair. Xenogears is a good game and an interesting game and a fun game, but you know, you can't fucking pretend that the back half of that game isn't like, you know, fucked.
Yeah, but you know, it wasn't their fault.
I know it's not their fault. Did I
They had
say,
their money
man?
stolen.
Did I say, man? They made like the bad game because they're bad. No, but it's the unfortunate thing. We can't escape the fact that yeah, the back half of that game is dog shit. Anyway, so yeah, long story short, when they decided they were going to do the third game, they didn't have the license, so they were like, well, we own all these characters, so we'll just call it, we'll get rid of all like the mitochondria in Eve stuff, and throw in our own shit, and we'll call it Third Birthday, and everything will be fine. And then it wasn't, no, it was terrible.
Like I said, I liked it better when I forgot it existed.
Bye. So...
You think Square would do something with Xenogears? So they just sit there like...
Occasionally parts of it will cameo and other stuff, but
Yeah, and occasionally it gets a toy or two, but they're like, nah, we're not going to do anything with it.
I mean, the original people are now over there doing Xenoblade, so...
yeah, I think because I guess at the same token, like it's not as if Bandai Namco has any like interest in doing Xenosaga stuff.
Yeah. And then which is kind of crazy
Outside.
considering how much Cosmos was everywhere at one point.
I was gonna say Cosmos was everywhere like 15 years ago, and then they just kind of lost interest.
She even had like a whole like her whole outfit with like custom parts you could put on your character back like in Soul Calibur 3.
Oh, I guess I need to amend something. I said like the incest ghost baby from Fatal Frame was like actually like aged up. No, she is actually just 17. So I mean, only still really fucked, but slightly less fucked.
They are still an incest baby.
Ghost incest baby.
Gotta stay on my toes if I'm gonna make it out of here alive.
That makes it okay, because they're ghosts.
He's a phantom. He thought I was gonna say real estate.
Hmm. Well, implied Danny Phantom's a ghost incest baby?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, true, we don't know. Sure, Bruce Tim will be upset, but oh well.
Bruce
Oh,
Tim.
Bruce Tim? Fucking Butch Hartman. I've been watching a bunch of It's because I've been watching a bunch of, like, DC stuff.
Okay, I was confused. Like Bruce Tim. He got
Yeah,
nothing
no,
to do
sorry.
with this.
Nah, yeah, he'd just be upset if we made fun of the fact of that one time they got Barbara Gordon pregnant with Batman's baby and then had have a fucking miscarriage.
Stop talking about the time about all the times I keep having Barbara Gordon and Bruce Wayne fuck. Stop it. Well, stop making them fuck.
I think the miscarriage for me, like, is a fucked up comic anyway and shouldn't have existed. But I think also just having like the miscarriage was like also just, I fucking hate how fast like fiction is to just go to the miscarriage option.
I was gonna say, what was it with that specific era where there were so many plot lines that were like, all right, end miscarriage.
So a friend of mine's been like watching or cherry picking episodes of Smallville to watch or rewatch, and he got to the part where like Clark Kent causes or accidentally causes the miscarriage of Martha Kent, and I'm like, what? It just happens so fucking like it's so fucking insane how quick people are to just go to the miscarriage option, especially because then it's like one episode of Fallout, which is, I mean, not how it is in real life. It's an incredibly traumatizing like experience for everyone involved, but like, you know, obviously especially the women.
And oh yeah, and also that whole scene eventually leads to his father's death.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We found Wedge.
Like 2 seasons later.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have much interest in joining him on this, because like, you know what, I'm just gonna watch the Superman stuff I know I'll like. So I guess sort of semi-related. I did rewatch not recent, but like the Death and Rebirth of Superman like duology they did for that timeline of DC animated movies.
I forgot they redid an animated movie of that. I only watched the old one.
Oh yeah, the one that's bad. I mean, I kind of have had this sort of argument, or not argument, but discussion with my friend, which is that I think Doomsday is effectively a character that's impossible to really adapt.
He's also like, once you do him, it's like, well, you can't do him again.
Well, the problem is that Doomsday's just not a character, because he's not.
No.
He's the plot device to kill Superman.
He's an event, basically, not a character.
And one of the things that sort of makes it work for the Death of Superman comic book is that because the whole thing is just non-stop fight scene, effectively. Like, once the two start going, like you have like the entire one of the books is just almost entire like splash pages. So it's like, in a way, it's almost as exhausting to read as it is for like Superman to fight. So by the time you are at like the sort of final brawl, you're like, oh man, when's this gonna end? And, you know, also, I'll say this, Reign of the Supermen is a far better story than Death of Superman.
But yeah, I do need to watch that duology at some point, because I know that's the second part is the Reign of Superman, isn't it?
Yeah, so one of the things I will say is that while I really fucking despise that universe, because it's basically New 52, and I hate New 52. I mean, everyone hates New 52, it's not a controversial thing to be like...
There's a reason why it kinda doesn't even exist anymore, that continuity, because they just
There's a reason why they fucking killed New 52 Superman and replaced him with the post-crisis Superman. It's not hyperbole, that's literally what happened.
Oh no, I know! And technically, Superman as he is now is every Superman ever.
Yeah, until he's not.
And until someone decides how we want to depower him again.
Or until we're like, you know what, I think we need to have another crisis. Or crisis like event.
Possibly have.
As many as it takes. But, yeah, so I do think, for as much as I hate that the New 52 inspired, like, animated universe, because, like, it makes everybody an, fucking irredeemable cunt, Death and Rebirth of Superman worked really hard to try and write that by making them characters, not assholes. Like, it's the one time where Clark Kent and Superman feel like Clark Kent and Superman.
is good.
So yeah, it is a good. I think it's the best adaptation of Death and Rebirth of Superman you're likely to get for a while. And then I also rewatched Superman vs. the Elite.
I need to rewatch that again. That movie is so good.
Yeah, I mean it is also like the best like sort of counterpoint to the deconstruction of Superman sort of mentality. I mean, hell, the original book, the story is called "What's So Funny About Truth, Justice, and the American Way." I forget if I mentioned, but I also rewatched All Star Superman, the movie. Really good. Well, obviously,
Now
like
that one I
reading
do
the
need
book.
to see. And also,
Obviously-
honestly, I should reread the book. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it is a really strong book. I mean, I watched a video that was talking about Batman Brave and Bold, and they made the point that, oh well, you know, Superman like has some standouts, but it's just not interesting. And I feel like this kind of just shows some ignorance, because I feel like Superman has plenty of stuff that is incredibly interesting and things. It's just it doesn't happen as often as Batman gets stuff in general.
Batman's a
People
lot
tend to
easier to write for.
Yeah, but also people overlook it when it's Superman. So like, I'll argue that while Batman the Animated Series probably has more highs, I think Superman the Animated Series is a better show overall.
Oh, I agree.
But that's just, and I think the main reason why Batman can eke it out is because Batman has more episodes by like a lot.
Because it had like double the seasons.
Yeah.
And but like if you were to compare, say, the first season of Batman was kind of rough.
Yeah. Characters are choppy, certain villains are, I mean, remember fucking Rat King or whatever he was? The guy who lived in the sewers with his fucking
Oh yeah,
kid
with all the
army.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's plenty of episodes that are standouts and great, and obviously, like, the voice cast is perfect. But, yeah, I think Superman the Animated Series just hits the ground running way easier. You know, granted they have a lot of experience doing it with Batman. But, yeah, I just also think it just does a lot more with the character of Superman. Because Batman is... Like, there's obviously standout episodes which explore Batman and Bruce Wayne as a character, but for the most part, Batman is less of a character and more of, like, you know, convenient plot devices. Whereas I think Superman was, like, consistently a lot more challenged in terms of his like understanding of like the world, and his own heritage, and just a lot more interesting villains. And I mean, man, it's kind of crazy that Toyman isn't like more people's like fucking sleep paralysis demon.
Right? He's so fucking creepy in that show.
And that's like the one show where they don't just go, oh yeah, he's a paedophile. Or the one thing where they don't just immediately go to that fucking thing. Which I hate that as like a thing, by the way. Because it's just so obvious and grimy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, how do we make this character dark and weird? Oh, okay, well, he's a paedophile. He molests children. And it's like, ugh. It's kind of like how for the longest time, like, Dr. Light became just the guy who committed the sexual assault.
Like it's his power now.
Yeah, but actually, though. And I'm not like some big fan of Dr. Light. I don't give a shit about him, honestly. I'm like, yeah, I prefer the version that's the version that's the woman and the vigilante. But that is basically all his character was boiled down to.
Yeah.
Which makes him despicable, but doesn't make him an interesting character.
It makes it like, oh, you're trying really hard right now.
Yeah. And it's not even like evil in a fun way, it's just evil in a grimy way. But you know how you can have villains who are like fun because they're just unabashedly evil?
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't really have anything like that. It's just, like I said, really grimy and part of like a long-standing other sort of series of issues with comic books and their treatment of certain subjects and groups. Once again, sort of semi-related to the whole the speed at which writers will go to. Well, we've introduced a baby plot point. Time to miscarry. About the only reason Mary J didn't have a fucking miscarriage in the 90s is because nobody wanted to be the guy who killed Spider-Man's baby. Which says a lot. That it's like
now
it's not...
they'd be like, oh, I can't wait to fucking do that.
Stay strong.
No, because that will require Pete to have a semi-committed relationship with anyone, and you can't have that, so... Although I guess, like, Mary Jane and Paul are broken up, and I'm like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, you
They already
can try,
decided,
but...
the higher-ups already decided they were tired of people liking Ultimate, and they're canceling it, so...
Oh yeah, yeah. Ultimate Spider-Man gets shit canned even though it's consistently sold incredibly well. It's frankly insane. Especially since, you know, like, part of the reason why Spider-Man, like, even stays in its place for sales is because they moved it to, like, they increased the number of issues it had releasing. Like, per month.
Basically to brute force its numbers up.
Yeah.
No.
Oh well. You know, I'm glad that manga is destroying everything. Is destroying the Western comic book industry. Kill them all, I say.
Western comic industry being held together off the back of Dogman. I laugh, but I'm not even kidding. Not really.
Hey, it's about all they can get. No, there's plenty of good, like, Western comic books. It's not like a case of, man, it's some of the West that sucks. Like, I haven't I haven't really read it yet, but I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about DC's Absolute lines. Specifically, I've had a lot of people recommend Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, I've heard good things about those.
The Image/Skybound Transformers stuff is great.
The Sonic books are good.
Yeah. There's lots of good, like, so it's not a case of I would just say, like, oh yeah, all Western comics suck, but I think I am saying all Marvel books suck these days.
And the ones that are good, they are like, alright, let's stop doing that.
Yeah.
Like, was it fucking, I like the Magic book, and they're like, alright, we really want to do we want to do an anniversary of the Bad's future timeline again, so we're going to do that again, so we're going to put all the books either on hold or canceled. Which one will it be? Nobody knows. You'll find out in, like, half a fucking year. Fuck you.
Yeah, I'd probably just kill off the characters you liked anyway.
Oh, most of them are gonna be dead anyway until they go back to the regular time again. Like, Magic's dead in it, I already know that.
Oh, Sabro's mad that we killed. Oh, okay, he's back.
Oh yeah, all of a sudden you guys just went quiet. I was like, what happened?
Oh. Must have been like a
Discord for
Discord
you.
connection on you, yeah.
It's funny because I did buy like a little Gear 5 Luffy figure, and the person behind the counter was like trying to talk about One Piece, and I had someone with me because they were like saying, "Oh yeah, I'm read it and caught up," and it sort of part of me was like, "Okay, if you're such a One Piece fan, and name all the lark, can you recite all the laughs in One Piece in alphabetical order?" But like I had someone with me, so I'm like, I'm just gonna smile and nod and go, "Oh yeah, that's good. I've been reading for like 20 years."
You know, one thing I will laugh about One Piece, though, this is more the fan, not the series itself, is, because the new Fantastic Four movie came out, I saw One Piece fans going, oh my god, look at the inspiration from One Piece here! But, like, not as a gag?
Oh god.
With Reed Richards, like, what?
I've not seen the movie. I doubt Reed pulls like Luffy shit.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, the thing I was showing you was just Reed doing, like, normal, like, stretchy shit that Reed does.
Like, if he was doing like actually doing like his attacks, like maybe, but I imagine he just does regular stretchy stuff.
Like, you could point at, like, if you want to point at, like, Kamala Khan, some of her shit, I'd be like, okay, I'll give you that one, because she does do some more Luffy-esque stuff with her fighting style. Like, I'll give you her. Like, I'll give you her on a platter. Oh, the fake ghosts are back. They heard Wedge is alive.
I
Gotta
doubt
fix that
Wedge
shit.
I doubt Wedge will fix or change fate.
At least they also brought Wedge's cat out of the underground. That was nice of it.
I did hear they made an anime adaptation of All You Need Is Kill, so that might be neat. Might look into that.
Oh, hi, Wedge. Are you dead now?
We need to get
Edge
them
will never
somewhere safe.
die.
Everything else can
Okay,
wait until
he's
Did you
still alive
remember
for
it?
now.
Let's go.
That's a different character.
Nobody kills Wedge. Do you remember it?
Well,
I
Reno's
did
not
you-
on screen.
Well, actually, last night I did watch a friend of mine finish up on stream Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh.
Not the DLC,
Yeah?
just the regular game.
Ah. And everybody lived happily ever after, except Sora, who had no life.
Except Sora. Don't worry, Sora will return in the sequel.
If it ever happens.
Well, I mean, realistically, like you were saying before, it'll refocus that once they're done with Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Which I finally convinced one of my friends who's a big Kingdom Hearts fan that that's what they're doing.
He made it, didn't he?
What the fuck did you think they were doing? They were just working on the game and not telling anyone anything.
Yeah. I do look forward to when they do finish the last part of this. But then again, also, I get to play Rebirth next. But I'm not going to do that on stream. Not right away. I'm going to play that first on my own before I do a stream of it. More so
Probably
I
for
can
the
also
best.
determine what to cut out. Like, what I want to do, what I don't want to do. Maybe possibly do it as a new game plus if I feel like it. We'll see.
Oh, but then you won't have the first time reaction to everything.
They've returned to the planet.
I get that, but the game is also very long.
Yeah.
And there's a
To be
lot,
fair, it is
and there's
very
so
long.
much, and there's so much extra content, so...
Yeah.
But, so yeah, there won't be the first time reaction to stuff, but it's just, I think, better, especially because a lot of times we were just going to talk anyway.
Yeah, we'll just talk over everything.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna have.
I'll probably have more of a reaction to stuff when we get to integrate, since that's all, like, not, like, readapted, expanded on stuff. It's, like, a new thing.
I mean, I don't think you're the kind of person to be like, oh my god, and start sobbing like some of the really overly emotional.
Nah, I'm usually like, oh my god, that's so fucking cool, and that's about the highest you get.
Did you sob, Sabo?
No, but I've seen
Okay.
I've seen streamers that have.
Damn. They're really that upset about Gilgamesh, huh?
Yeah.
But,
I mean, a lot of people playing like have no idea about anything. Fantasy VII related.
I mean, a lot of
Probably
people, Final Fantasy VII, for a lot of people, know the plot of the original through osmosis. Or, like, a summary of the plot, I should say.
I saw
A
surprising-
very
I don't
summarized...
even I don't even think they know that much. I think they know one thing through osmosis.
Aerith dying.
I was gonna
And-
say I've seen a surprising amount of streamers like they vaguely know who the characters are. That's it. They have no idea what happens. They have no idea how the characters relate to each other. They have no idea how the characters act. They've just seen pictures of the characters on merch throughout the years. They didn't even know about Aerith.
This wasn't the first
Holy
time,
shit.
It won't be the last. I know these people.
Because, I mean, I definitely don't think the rank and file know anything about, like, the Zack plot twist.
Think about what that means to Shinra
Right.
scientists.
That's what I meant by,
And
like,
the-
a very, like, a very streamlined version of it, where, like, most of the details are missing.
But
Because, I mean, we sort of also know this because nobody seemed to clock that Cloud is the deconstruction of, like, the fantasy hero type.
Yeah.
You've all had a long
But, you know, we don't talk... It's one of those things which we've kind of said before about, like, Final Fantasy games, where they did actually try to do a lot more things than people really gave them credit for. It's only sort of, like, now in the benefit of hindsight and not being, you know, children, can we go, oh, that's what they were going for. Like, you know
Yeah,
how
like-
10 has had... Like,
with
10 has
10,
sort of,
yeah.
like, had a more of a resurgence because people are like, oh, yeah. Man, Jack was an abusive dick.
Yeah, like, I get the characters a lot more. Like, I have my, like, comments on mostly on the dream thing, but, like, the overall, like, story, I'm like, you know, I get what they're doing here. There are, like, aspects that bother me, but there are also some stuff that I'm like, well, yeah, of course they're the only ones that do this to kill Sin because they're the main characters, so they have to. I shouldn't be fucking sitting here nitpicking that hard like an asshole. I'm not being clever doing that. I'm being fucking stupid and disingenuous.
Yeah. It's the sort of arguments that you can apply to basically any piece of literature or media.
Yeah, exactly.
That, will also make it fall apart, but because we like the thing, we pretend that's not the case.
Yeah, and like I realized at some point that how fucking stupid I was being with that.
Yeah, like eventually you kind of realize that there is a reason that tropes exist beyond just it being like ease of just being other than like for the ease of writing. It's there because it things exist for the sake of actually having a story because
yeah,
real life doesn't, because to keep things real means that nothing really happens or nothing can happen in an exciting way. It's kind of like how there's like some like I think a good example is like Jurassic Park, where I forget if I said before, but Dilophosaurus.
Yes.
So yeah, that's actually bigger than a raptor.
Yes.
And everybody knew, and they all knew that going into it. But Spielberg was like, "Well, it'll make the raptor seem less imposing, so I'm going to scale them down."
Yeah, and like even the raptor's design was completely different than like what an actual raptor, even at the time, we knew looked at.
So that's the funny thing. The raptor designs do exist, but they're not on the Velociraptor because the Velociraptor is tiny. It's just that when Michael Crichton was writing the book, he was like, "Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but Velociraptor is a way more intimidating name, so I'm just going to call them that." Like,
yeah,
they're like I think the raptors are like specifically meant to be Deinonychus.
Is this a dream?
I think it's that or Utahraptor. Or it might even just be a combination, because I think Deinonychus is the one that has like the prominent foot claw. But anyway, it's the case of it's like a lot of when we were younger, we could go like, actually this is bollocks, and now it's like, yeah, you probably don't want to like undercut your primary antagonist by having a bigger version that spits poison around the corner.
It's not that bad.
Or people going, why did the T-Rex sneak up on the raptor? It's like, well, so you could have the surprise moment of, oh, look, the T-Rex is here.
Your mom's really worried too.
It's kind of one of those things where as you sort of like get older and get more experience with like media and specifically how like
Of course I am.
story construction has to work, you kind of
sorry to pause a second. Yeah. Look at that little bit of development from Cloud. He admitted that he is actually worried about Aerith, rather than, being like, no, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
There's that little subtle character development of him opening up.
Is that...
Yeah. As I said, not much really gets put into like how Cloud's successes as a protagonist and a character, because for the longest time we were kind of lulled into the sense that Cloud was angsty, when we've kind of said before that in the original game he's not angsty, he's stoic, but then his stoicism starts to fade over the course of the game as like certain things are revealed and we kind of see the true Cloud or shades of the true Cloud.
And we understand it more now too, because like we were saying with the Tita stuff earlier, we're adults and able to understand the writing way better than we could as literal children.
Yeah.
So.
And as I said, Cloud, it's sort of like the double whammy, because we were effectively like gaslit into being told what he's like.
Yeah. Right. And that's intentional by the game. It's intentional as part of the writing of the game and what it's going for.
Like,
but
even from the start.
But when you're a child, it's harder to understand that because you're a kid and your comprehension isn't as strong because you're a kid.
Yeah. Like, even from the start, we have shades of this, because we've got Cloud accepting jobs that he, if he was like only in it for the money, or he was the person he claims he is. Yeah, he wouldn't be like doing this.
Like when the kid contracts him, his payment is like something like comically tiny.
Yeah.
It's not real.
And that's sort of the point of like, he's obviously not like the character he sort of claims to be. And then part of the fun becomes extrapolating. Is that because he's just putting on the tough guy persona, or as we find out, yes and no.
I'm coming.
Like he's shaped by a trauma, but a trauma he doesn't fully understand / didn't experience in the way he thinks he did.
It's what really makes him a really interesting and cool protagonist.
Like I said, in a lot of ways, he is like the deconstruction of the fantasy hero archetype because, you know, he spends the whole time telling people how he's like soldier first class, and the reveal is he's not. He failed. Like he's a fucking no-name grunt, or that's what he should have been. But no-name grunt managed to take out Sephiroth.
However I can.
Which is, you know, a very interesting, like, story thing. It's like, oh yeah, he's not a chosen one, but he still is able to do this shit.
She's calling out to me.
It's a really good story. It's a really interesting, and there's a reason why Western RPG devs looked at this and went, oh my god, we are so behind the times for our character writing.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
It's easy to, what's the word I'm looking for? When in retrospect, when you look at, like, the impact that the game did in terms of, like, character writing in RPGs, like, it's easy to... Fuck, what's the word?
It's easy to dismiss.
Not dismiss,
Downplay.
not underappreciate,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
the importance that Final Fantasy VII had for the genre of RPGs and shit.
Because that's sort of ultimately the thing about Final Fantasy VII that I think makes it stand out. Like, people love to hype about the Aerith dying thing, and it's like Aerith dying's not even like unique amongst Final Fantasy even by that point. Like, I think like six definitely has like a character who dies. I think
but
4.
She was the first time a main character who was promoted as like a major part of the story died.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's obviously not impactful.
Was
What
she
I'm
the-
saying is that like
Was she also, like, the first healer to have that happen too? Because she was the primary healer.
Yeah, that too.
It's Daddy's job to protect it.
I mean,
you don't nobody
like
fucks
like
with the white
like,
mage.
like Final Fantasy IV has like the old sage. He's the only guy who actually dies permanently.
Hmm.
And then Final Fantasy V has
And that's
Galuf.
why I gotta go.
he dies, but
You
he's
remember
replaced
that
by a
nice
character
girl who
that
came to find you?
gets all of his
But now
stats
we
and
have to
everything,
go
so
find her.
it doesn't
Yeah,
really
a lot of
matter.
times, even like, a lot of RPGs, even like now, when they usually kill a character, they usually replace them with a character with similar abilities.
Yeah, and then there was General Leo in 6, but he wasn't even really a member of the main member of the party. He just joined you briefly so he could die.
You should help her.
We will.
Like I said, I'm not trying to say that it in of itself isn't shocking. It wasn't well done. I'm just meaning that like, in terms of like the whole
Right?
idea that people go, oh, a party member died. It's like, well, they've done it before. Not to the scale, I admit, but
I
I
think
do
that
think a
though
lot
the
of it
scale
comes
is
more from-
important because it
Yeah.
has more impact on the players than the other ones did. Especially considering, again, you do not get Aerith 2, especially, and also, I guess for the time, it being a woman who died too, it's usually it was like an older
Yeah.
guy who would die.
She's
Yeah,
tougher
it was
than
usually
me.
an older warrior type character who was like, yeah, well, it's about right.
Alright, time to get some payback.
it's kind of funny. He talked about
Forget why we're doing this.
killing a character and then replacing him with
I know.
another player
Rest
character
in
because it happened in a game I played semi recently. I don't want to say in case like
So
you wind up
how are we
playing
supposed
it.
to get topside? With everything that's
So it's kind of
happened,
funny
things still aren't running.
that even now it's still sort of there's a
I was able to kind
fairly
of extrapolate
recent
what game you're
example.
probably talking about. It just took me like a second, but I won't say out loud.
So
Yeah,
what's
you can
the
probably
plan?
guess, but I don't want to say in case you do wind up
No,
playing
I think I
and
know someone
Because I was
who-
like, whoa, because I was basically like narrowing it down to a game that I would probably play. Blah blah. Like, oh, okay, I know what game it is. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very like the impact of 7 is kind of crazy, and at the time, especially when I was younger, it was easy for me to dismiss it like an idiot, even though I liked it. But though that could have also just been more me overreacting to fans who were annoying, which is stupid. But I was also younger, and now I know I don't need to give a flying fuck about fans.
I think there was a period of there was just this general period of Final Fantasy pushback around sort of like the sort of mid 2000s. Like, I'm not gonna blame it all on like certain individuals, but I do think having like some angry reviewers doing like long-winded quote unquote takedowns of like 8 or 10,
Yeah.
and kind of missing some key points or not quite showcasing not quite showcasing certain elements
Yeah.
it might be a little seen as a little bit disingenuous. And I'm not trying to name any names, but maybe you can extrapolate who certain people I might be talking about.
Yeah, no, I know. Something about a radiator?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, so there was this real thing of like this. I would call it like the Final Fantasy backlash, and a lot of it, I don't want to say it's racism, but I don't
some
think
of
it's
them
also
were.
Some of them was, but also I think, but also I was going to say things like the knee-jerk reactions from X-Play,
Which
and
were definitely
other
racist.
associated or similar like Western review magazines or channels or things that
There was so much of
had
it back in the
wanted
day.
the pushback because at the end of the day, like Japan was producing stuff that they thought that wasn't in keeping with their My Chemical Romance T-shirt wearing selves. No shade on My Chemical Romance, just the people, the types back then.
Yeah.
The truth ain't free,
But yeah, there was
Damn pawns of Wu-Tai.
But yeah, there was definitely like, especially back then, it was a lot louder. It still exists, like the weird xenophobia about Japanese games, but they're a lot quieter. The loudest they got, where it was like, wait, hold on, you guys are saying the quiet part's a little too loud, was during that whole Elden Ring thing, which was really funny. And I saying that as someone who didn't like Elden Ring.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think kind of what was, it was definitely like people getting a bit
The masks were slipping off a little bit.
yeah.
All we can do is keep moving forward. Keep
And
following
it's
this
just
path we chose.
kind of funny in general, just the way
And I
they're
think-
reacting. But like back in the day, it was so blatant. Like when you go back to some of the old X-Play clips,
I know.
like I forgot. I knew it was bad back in the day too, but I forgot how bad it was until like it was like 2 years ago when that was trending, like 2, 3.
A couple, yeah, something like that. Probably close to 4 by now, but
Yeah, it's been a while. 'Cause I remember looking at this clip and I was like, holy shit, this is worse than I remember. And I remember it being pretty bad. Okay, so more odd
I know we're
jobs.
short on time, but let's try to help out wherever we can.
We should definitely do the odd jobs. I learned my lesson.
yeah. But
I know there
yeah,
was
and
a
there's,
massive disaster that just happened, but can you do some odd jobs?
yeah, but it happened to other people, not to them.
Really fall?
Like, yeah, maybe maybe an entire section of the city got destroyed, but I really needed my groceries, man.
Hey, come on, I'm hungry.
I need a donut. Give me a donut.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Yeah, I also think one of the sort of interesting things is, especially like back then, the zeitgeist of games are brown. Not just
Oh.
that's not just a
Yeah.
shot at like the muted color palettes, but it is also just it's a shot of like how games just became a lot more generalized, and the idea of like whimsy and fun was looked down upon because games need to be very
Serious.
mature, and by mature I mean they need to show tits, they need to show violence, and they need to fucking swear.
What's funny
That's
is
how you know games.
we still have that. The difference is that it's just reflavored. It's like, okay, no tits now. We can't have no tits. Sad dad. There we go. And man, violence and war is bad, guys. But like, we don't really do a good job at explaining our point or do anything deeper than surface level.
He told me who you are. He said you're a merc and a former soldier.
Whereas Japan's always been like a bit more like fun and like obviously lots of their games also tackle very more serious topics or are taken more seriously. But there's also
But
just
then you'll
lots of
have like,
fun.
you'll have like right now after this whole thing, we still have this yellow fucking riding chicken right here.
Yeah, lots of fun and whimsy as well.
Yeah.
I think we can help you out.
Which at the time people didn't want fun, or people rejected fun and whimsy because it was
Because they're
childish.
afraid.
and this is-
Yeah, they're childishly afraid of being looked at as childish.
Yeah.
Good luck.
It's sort of the same reason why Batman is never allowed to be like non-serious anymore.
Yeah.
Batman's a serious hero for serious people, and you don't understand. You just only want like the fun, wacky adventures. It's like no, but I do think there's a healthy balance between fun, wacky, and dark and depressing.
Except
Yep.
in the Harley Quinn show, although even then he is serious. The joke is just he's serious and nobody else is.
Yeah.
Which honestly, that works as a gag, I think. It's kind of like how, like, in the abridged series, they had the joke at Tien is that he's not funny.
I'm the only serious character in the show. That is the joke. They even have him played by the guy from Brave and the Bold to complete the. Because in Brave and the Bold, he was also very serious, even though nobody else was.
Mm.
He was serious, but in a way that was camp.
I mean, he also would have jokes
and one-liners,
or things that would, or when he basically said, "I'm going to put a collar on you, Catwoman."
The fist of justice is unisex.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, you wouldn't hit a woman, would you? The fist of justice is unisex.
And fucking just socks her so hard. No holding back, just cocking that shit all the way back. Wham!
Equal rights, equal fights.
The records I found when I was cleaning out my closet. Wanna take one off my hands?
But yeah, I think sort of in modern day, I think we're getting better at realizing you can have silly and serious, and
yeah, like
it's
I mean,
okay.
hell, look at the fucking Superman movie, for God's sakes.
Yeah, it's okay to have a super dog.
And what's really funny is how, like, again, the squirrel scene, the audience seemed to really love it, and that was almost taken out because of fucking test audiences.
Yeah, well, because they're like, why would Superman save a squirrel? I don't know, why wouldn't he?
Exactly.
Or would he not save a squirrel?
Yeah, it's right there. He can do it.
The only time he wouldn't save a squirrel is if it like came down to like saving a building or saving a squirrel. Then he might let the squirrel die. But you know,
Yeah,
he
probably
I think he can do both.
Yeah, he probably would find a way to do both.
Got no other
let the
choice.
squirrel die.
What? Did you guys get into it with him or something?
It's like
I don't want to talk about
it's like the end of the Kamen Rider Tyson where like he loses because he didn't want to step on a flower.
If it isn't Cloud.
Ah, yes.
We're looking for a way topside. No one?
And look with
Which
that.
proves that they're true heroes and respect all life, and therefore they're okay.
I mean, yeah, that's what happened. It wasn't that they had a. It wasn't that they literally like polled kids to ask who would win.
Wait, what happened? Sorry, I was...
So they did like a big Kamen Rider War movie where it was like the Showa versus the Heisei Riders,
Yeah.
and like when they in the lead up to it, or like while filming, they basically asked like audiences and fans to vote on on which side should win.
And a lot of people are looking to get rich.
So
So
that means the
Heisei
movie-
Riders won.
So basically, whatever was more popular then
You
won.
should also know that you and
Yeah.
the mom of yours were spotted in the Sector 5 slums.
Which I mean, to be fair, it's probably really hard to actually guess or gauge like how power scaling works because Ichiko and Nigo both tank a fucking nuke to the face.
This is
Yeah,
bad.
that's true.
Really bad.
But then also you've got like Gaim, who's basically God.
Well, he's not God yet.
Okay. We got Wizard, who's basically invincible.
Yeah, in that movie he wasn't God yet. He was only pretty powerful.
Yeah. Or Kabuto, who basically should never lose to anyone because he's can move at speed so fast. He can literally move at flash level speeds.
Yeah. He moves so fast everyone is standing still.
Yeah. And like that's just the default power.
And he's also the bestest at everything ever.
Yeah, he is
Bravest
Soji
and
Tendo.
strongest?
He's the man who stands above the path of heaven.
Yeah. So his whole gimmick was that he basically could succeed at everything he did and was and he was basically like a Sue character, but most people kind of hated him, and he was a
In
dick.
universe, they hated him.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
at universe, people love him
in
because
universe he's like, I'm perfect at this, and they're like, God damn it, he's perfect at everything.
we fucking hate this guy.
Honestly, if you're gonna do it, that's the way you do it. Just have everybody fucking hate them.
And he does get humbled. Like the second half, he's a lot more humbled. Like he gets beaten more. It's just that first half, he is like the joke is he's perfect at everything, and everyone's like, I fucking hate this guy.
I want this man obliterated.
Which is the
Effectively.
difference between him and Kingu, because Kingu is also perfect at everything, but everyone loves him.
Yeah, it's yeah. Kingo, it's obnoxious because he's just everybody's like, oh man, I love you, you're the best. I know I'm the best, but that's what he's so perfect. Whereas with I mean, it's also the fact that like they make the point that Kingu's weakness is that he's just too perfect, whereas Soji's like weaknesses sort of become evident as the series goes on. And part of the whole thing of other characters is basically them going, no, we can no, I'm as strong as you.
I don't think this song's doing it. People still
It's supposed to Damo Wataru, who is good at everything, but he's also an asshole who nobody likes.
Yeah.
He's good at everything except, you know,
telling lies.
Emphasizing with humanity, and he can't tell a lie.
Yeah, otherwise he will die.
If he tries to lie, his heart stops and he passes out.
Yeah.
Which means if you go up to him and you, hey, what's your weakness and what's the best way to kill you? He has to tell you, because otherwise he'll die.
Yeah.
I think at some point, like halfway through the show, they're like, you know,
what do you mean that people don't like Hip Hop to Chocobo? What do you mean they're still frowning? Damn it.
I think there's like a part towards the end of the show where someone's like, you know, not answering isn't a lie. You can just refuse to answer and say it's none of their business. He's like, I never thought of that.
No, I never said Dom and Mataru is smart.
He's smart. He's just not very wise.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's like a genius level IQ, but he has absolutely no idea how to associate with regular people on any level because he's always been, you know, Mr. Perfect.
Did we ever actually find out what the deal was with Zenkaiser Black?
No.
Okay, he's just there.
The only thing we find out is that he's not Zen Kaiser because Zen Kaiser also shows up.
Yeah, and he's like, "What the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you?"
He's like, "Weird, you look just like me."
I'm still seeing a lot of.
No,
but hey,
and also he has a Stacy of his own.
Okay, girl, what songs do you fucking want? What do you want?
On the bright side, it looks like Gav's about to go and kill the president.
Yeah.
What does this child want? What songs do you want? I have 28 fucking songs. What do you want?
You know, when the Gav started, I was like, I mean, it's not like he can declare war on the other world itself and just go kill their leadership. Apparently, that's exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah. And then he did.
Then he did. I was like, oh, I was wrong.
I'm still seeing a lot.
Man.
I have no idea what song I'm supposed to give this child. I have no fucking idea. Oh, wait.
It's not right.
Wait, no, they're not. You guys aren't helping me. You're just making noises.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm talking about the people in the game, but... What does this child want?
I ain't got long. It's not right. I ain't got long.
I see so many frowns.
It's the one I think it is. So I think, you need to buy one from the souvenir. You need to buy one from the souvenir shop near the Coliseum.
Okay, so no, not near the Coliseum. So I'll have to get that at some point.
So it's discs 12, 30, and 16.
12, 30, and 16. Do I have any of them?
You know what, I'll
12,
type it in.
I got 12, 30. No, I don't have that. And 16. Okay, so I don't have any of them. Okay.
So 12 you get from the souvenir shop at the Coliseum. I think there's an NPC near the side of the Honeybee Inn you can talk to get the one of them, and then...
Could have been collecting those records. Didn't you know you needed them?
I actually slowly had been, but...
And the final one is you get in the Wall Market Inn by talking to someone.
Welcome. Are you in need of accommodation?
So you can get them all, like, in Wall Market. And
A safe trip.
I'm really curious as to how Gav is going to end. I mean, I know it's going to be Lungo as the final boss.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one of them. I got good night until tomorrow. I happened to just be right by the end and picked it up real quick.
Yep, that is one of the ones you want.
Yeah, it was number 16. I remembered that one specifically. I know at some point I want to do the Coliseum because I know for Tifa, I know that.
Yeah. I do hope whoever did Gav's like fight choreography is still around for Zets. Because man, Gav has had some fucking wild fight scenes.
Apparently, there's going to be a lot of using the CG studio again.
Yeah, because it's the whole. I think the pre-release stuff was that's going into Dream World, so probably be using that for those, like, for that. Which, just as I said, I hope we keep some of the Gav fight choreography, because that's been, like, my favourite thing about the show. Man, I've definitely talked about this with my friend who I watch Kamen Rider with, but I actually think, like, Gav's final form is genius. Not like build genius, obviously. But I think the way they implemented it was actually secretly, like, amazing. Because I think by virtue of giving it, like, the whole, it needs 100 Gochizos to trigger it, like, makes it so it gives an excuse as to why he doesn't just use it every single fight at every opportunity, because, you know, why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah, it's like, no, you have to refill the thing.
Yeah, it makes it so, okay, so there's a reason why he won't just jump to it immediately, and he will go into caking. But also, because of that, it allows him to, like, fight characters without his final form being completely outclassed until it's not, which a lot of riders have that problem of, like, oh yeah, this form makes me invincible, but, you know, but we've got to have it still lose to the bad guy, because otherwise the bad guy looks really weak. Whereas there's, like, justification for why once again, we can't just go over and master all the time. Which, as I said, I think was secretly genius.
Yeah, as opposed to just say, this is my ultimate final form. Oh no, I'm losing.
Oh, okay. It's this chest earlier that I couldn't get to because there were those people saying that's where this record is, I'm pretty sure.
Should be a guy you talk to in
Oh, wait, no.
near the Honeybee Inn.
Oh, okay, I gotta look for a guy.
I think he's, like, round the back.
Okay, so I'd look around
like
there. Oh, either way, getting this amulet's good.
Yeah. Oh no, Gav might be, like, a top 5 series for me, overall.
I kind of lost interest after a while. I mean,
Really?
It wasn't like, you know, previous shows where I was like, oh god, this has gotten terrible. But I was just like, this is kind of a letdown, and didn't really go.
I think I found it.
The plot didn't really become as exciting as you thought it was going to be.
But I think what made it work, for me, what made it work was they... Yeah?
I was like, yep, that's the one. So now I just gotta go to the Coliseum.
Yeah. But I think for me, what made it really work was the character stuff. Because, like, yeah, the plot takes... the plot has the usual Kamen Rider problem of taking a while to actually start. But I think they made up for it by having, like, drama where the characters, like, sort of actually felt like they were responding like characters. Like, it felt like, okay, well, there's a pretty good reason why Shoma can't tell people about his origins. And, you know, there's sort of justification for why Hanto is not the greatest when it comes to being told certain truths.
Oh, hi, Andrea. How you doing?
I was hoping you knew a way we could get topside.
I just think, yeah, I think it hit like a lot of good emotional beats that I think a lot of series before have kind of struggled with.
What do we have here? I can see
it was okay.
Likes to train to be the very best.
I think I'm just really looking to be wowed again, and very hard to do.
Slender yet toned.
That's what I say. I think the fight scenes in Gav have been fantastic too.
No, I mean they're good. I'm wanting to plot that's just going to make me go, oh my god.
Which can only mean one thing.
As opposed to just, well, that just kind of went nowhere, but it was a cool fight, I guess, which seems to be.
Excuse me. You're Tifa, right?
Maybe I've just seen it all now, and I can't be impressed like that anymore.
Yeah, maybe, but who knows? Maybe Zets will do something for you, if only because Zets will be in English.
Oh yeah, that's right. Is it getting an English dub or just a subtitle release?
Well, I'm not sure, but one of the previews was dubbed in English, so.
Yeah, that was weird.
So if it's not, it feels.
Tifa's gonna challenge Andrea now.
The winner will be the one who does the most pull-ups.
It feels weird to do like a preview in English and then not have like the rest of the series be in English, especially when like Ultraman has had success with its English dubs.
Okay, it's gonna be a similar sort of deal as the other game.
I knew you could do it. That's how it's done. Not bad at all. You've got this. Come on. Your form's looking good.
But yeah,
I fucked up.
No, you fucked up.
I was invisible for a little bit before I fucked it up.
I knew you could do it. Not bad at all. You got this. Come on. That's how it's done. Not bad at all. Your form's looking good.
Ugh.
Sorry, I'm just focusing on, oh, I fucked it up. I'm trying to focus and I've still fucked it up.
Well, you tried.
You can do better.
Much better.
I won by 1 point, but, you know, it's fine.
It seems you've been.
I'll take that.
I can't believe
I do like the idea of the little mini game. It's definitely not my favorite.
Pushed me to my limits and helped me to overcome my lingering stress and fatigue. I'll be taking the stage tonight in the best condition of my life. Thank you.
No, thank you.
But,
The same.
To commemorate
how's your week been, Sepen? I forgot to ask.
I would be honored if you joined
Not
me
bad.
on the stage for
There's
a
some
performance
apartments.
someday.
Find anywhere good, or?
Yeah, I found a spot that's good. I'm just looking for a better place there.
Oh, hopefully you can find one.
Yeah.
I found a good location. I just need to get a decent place there.
Good
All
luck.
my stuff.
All your fridges.
No,
You gotta find homes for all those fridges. Good homes that'll take care of them.
I
The
think those
fridge
fridges
isn't
are
just for Christmas. It's for life.
I think the fridges are just staying here for whoever needs them next. We did get rid of our stove though.
These babies, you can send intruders flying.
That's not the stove your sister got like third-degree burns on, is it?
No. That's that was the other guys.
Whatever happened to Tom?
They broke up and
Yeah, I know, but
Only a few left. Get yours.
what about Tom's feelings?
I don't know. We stopped associating with him when they broke up.
Aw.
Alright, I
miss
have
Tom.
all the music now.
I was told not to talk to him anymore.
Ominous.
Well,
A little bit.
they wanted no contact. Well, she wanted no contact, so it's like, yeah, don't talk to him anymore. Don't want him to
Public security team also.
remember our existence. So I was like, all right, Tom is now officially gone.
He's
Shot
gone
out of
but
a
not
cannon.
forgotten. He'll live on in our hearts.
You been made.
Or maybe he's dead by now. I don't know.
Could
Could be
be.
either
What I
or.
like about That's what I like about you, Seba. You always make it cheery.
Oh.
Wow. What a
That's
Light
what
and
happens
breezy,
sometimes.
mate.
You don't hear,
Light
from,
and
you don't hear from somebody in a while, and I was, oh yeah, they died.
You know, this little kid being like hearing the metal song and being like, yeah, I like this. This kid's got some fucking taste.
One day I could just disappear, and you'll never know what happened to me again. And it turns out I was just run over on the highway somewhere.
Yeah, that's it. That's the fire we need right now.
I'd know.
Be a force for change, brother.
Alright, well, that's one of the songs.
You sense a disturbance in the force.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like
He's
this
dead.
one. It's really
Also, I'm
peaceful.
kind of half expecting your dad would just come online and be like, "Oh yeah, this happened."
Is
Yeah,
it
probably.
okay if I stay and listen
Your
for
dad
a
likes
bit?
me, I think.
This song is a favorite of mine.
Sure.
Yeah. We think.
I've said hi. I've said hi to him.
Yes, he does.
He didn't,
Well,
he didn't
at first
immediately
they
try to
weren't
eat
sure-
your face.
At
Yeah.
first they weren't sure if you really existed or if I made you up.
Yeah, it's fine. Then they thought I was grooming him, even though he's like a few years
they
older than
thought you
me.
were like, then they thought you were like some
That's wrong.
creepy 60-something-year-old person who was grooming me.
This is how you get
Yeah.
this jam. I ought to know. It was my favorite.
I think they finally
Pay attention, kiddo.
accepted the truth.
Wow.
That you're a,
Haha.
that you are this old man dancing on screen now. That's Train Man.
Sure, why not? I mean, you know me, I always try and do. I think for me personally, I always try and do a thing where every time I like do something that's like a normal, reasonable adult thing, I have to immediately follow it up with, "Alright, time for silly shit now."
Oh no, I did something reasonable. I have to counter that immediately.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
where it's like,
I need to say something insane. Oh, help me.
I'm just kidding.
well, it'll be like, you've just done good, you've sorted out like, payments to banks or anything like that, and you think, "Alright, well now that that's done, time to buy some fucking weird kiddie shit, some weird
Oh,
shit."
I do
that's
that all
like,
the time.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
It's
alright, if I do this, then I can have the stupid thing that I want.
Yeah. I've adulted enough today. Time to buy stupid shit.
Time to buy a toy.
I wonder when adulting as a concept became a thing.
I think it's when you basically have to do something for yourself or for someone else, as opposed to
No,
like.
I'm just saying back in the day, people just like they just did stuff. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh man, I have to adult.
Yeah, it's mostly because our generation have grown up being man children because it's a lot more acceptable because we don't beat kids anymore.
Thanks for agreeing to find
Could
my
be.
bird. You're a real. Someone said
Well, also just like general understanding of like mental health
I bet good money
also
Yeah.
helps.
I got the
Also, it's not like we're getting the big CEO positions.
Someone said they heard a
Yeah,
chocobo
wealth disparity also helps with that.
A chocobo, that's about all. I bet good
And
money
people are a lot more like. People are a lot more in line with living, like working to live rather than living to work these days. I feel.
Yes, I know people complain about that.
Why? I mean, I know why they complain, but fuck them.
You know why they complain.
I know because they want you to be good little wage slaves, who quietly accept their.
Also, back in
position.
the day, people liked working because it meant they didn't have to go home and deal with their families. But most
Yeah.
people don't have families, so
Now everyone's like, why would I waste my money on having a family?
yeah. Why would I waste my money having a family? I want to go home so I can play video games and go on my computer and play at my stuff. Now it's like I don't really want to go home and deal with my annoying kids and my annoying wife, so I'll just work extra hours,
Yeah.
This is bad.
hang out with my buddies in the office.
And even if you do have an annoying wife and annoying kids, it's socially acceptable to just say, I ain't dealing with this. Fuck you. I'm out.
This is yours now.
See you on the
Bye.
weekend. See you on the weekends, maybe.
I've got another mess on my hands at the moment.
Yeah,
Remember those
that's why
rumors
that's not in the
about a
cards for
lab?
me because that's exactly
They're
what I
true.
do probably.
There is one, hidden underground somewhere. It's full
No.
of monsters. So Cloud,
You'd stick it. I reckon you'd stick it out if only because you'd realise at a certain point, wait,
before these
I can
monsters come.
share all of my hobbies with
I
this
know it's a
with this
dangerous
tiny
job.
with this thing
But no one else can
with this
do it.
child.
Well, yeah.
I can
I
think
don't
of
know,
all of think of all of the movies.
I feel like very quickly I'd just be like, no,
Hard
can't
to
take
believe
it
a
too much.
Shimmer lab
I have
is
to go
below us this
have to go hide in a corner somewhere and be alone.
Think of all of the movies that you can go and see. You've got like the perfect cover to go and see them. Yes,
Do I really want to, though?
I don't know. But yeah, it is definitely a thing where people have realised that working a 9-to-5 job is not what your life should actually be about. I mean, yeah, it might be what you do to live, but you should live your. But the key to happiness is to live your life the way you want to live, not the way you need to. And yeah, that does involve like giving yourselves little silly treats when you do the good thing.
Hey, whatever works for motivation, honestly. It's like,
Yeah. long as you keep like your spending habits in line,
In check,
don't
yeah.
spend more than you have.
Yeah.
And
don't go
definitely-
don't go like crazy over your budget or some shit.
And never forget, if you hate your job but you haven't been able to quit it, you only ever need to do the bare minimum.
It's true.
You only ever need to do exactly what you're contracted to do and nothing else. If it ain't in your contract, it ain't your problem.
And if anyone says otherwise, they're a fool.
Yeah, they need to read your contract. Or they're going to complain that you're following the legally binding document you signed. Imagine complaining because someone's overly contractual. I do
Sorry,
think
sir,
a lot
this
of
wasn't
people
my
really,
job description. What do you mean? Right here, say.
I really do think a lot of people massively underestimate how liberating quiet quitting is as a concept.
It really is.
Because it's yeah, the corporation doesn't owe you shit, and you don't owe them shit, so treat them how they treat you, like garbage. Take what you can get, give nothing back.
You know,
You know
shit.
what? You know what? You deserve that 10-minute poop break.
Like that fucking
Why make it
boss makes $1 one. Yes. That one.
And then he got fired for posting that.
You don't admit it. You just
Yeah.
do it. And
Yeah.
No. He posted a meme on Facebook, and the boss saw it and fired him.
That's why I say you don't admit it. You just do it, and then
And then
they probably
the
won't.
website started getting troll pranked by people complaining that all of their workers took too long in the bathroom. Just because they were mad that he screwed that one guy.
That is the benefit. Is if you can post, if you can get your shit going viral, the internet will basically be your revenge squad.
True. Or the squad that comes after, or your now personal hit squad against you, depending on what you did.
Yeah.
And sometimes also just your luck.
That's why I say if you can get it to go viral, it'll happen.
Yeah.
That it?
Oh wait, I gotta check Barrett's abilities. I probably will be doing most of the side stuff off stream, now that I think about it, because a lot of it is fetch quest stuff.
Yeah, it's fair.
Let's see here. Where is your ability? Oh, Lifesaver's the ability for this one. Okay. So yeah, we'll have to do that then. I'll probably grind the Coliseum out. I think I'm going down this subway thing to find a chocobo. I think. But yeah, I'll probably end up stop quitting soon, and I'll probably just try to do this stuff before stream next week. A lot of it is busy work.
Then we can get back to saving Aerith.
Saving Iris. Wait, no, that's a different game.
It is kind of funny how this game is you know what? Well, no, you're not gonna go save her right now. You better go and do some fetch quests first.
Yeah, it's kind of the sort of problem of the open. It's kind of the inherent flaw of the open world design. And yeah, FF7 remake isn't open world fully.
One step at a time.
But open worlds inherently rob tension from anything because you even though it's you're told this is serious, you've got to do it right now. It's you could spend the next 15 hours just dicking around in the open world and nothing changes.
It's not even that you can, you have to. Aerith's mom was no, you're not going to go invade them.
Yeah.
You're not going to go storm Shinra and possibly get her killed. Go do fetch quests. And you have to do enough fetch quests that she changes her mind, as opposed to the original game where you're we better go now.
We're gonna go now. We've got a staircase. That's the point. We're gonna do staircase, we're gonna do elevator when we get to Shinra.
don't know.
I do think like the staircase in Original 7 is one of the greatest sort of like unsung gags of that game.
Keep it up, man.
Just like just going up like actually for real 15 floors of like the same fucking room, and everyone just getting more and more pissed off and tired.
You know what? I should do the stairs.
I actually don't know how much they translates in, because I think I just always I think both times I've done the elevator. Although one day I'll actually do like a third playthrough of Remake. Part of the problem is I don't want to replay Remake because I'm like, then I want to replay Rebirth, and I feel like I need a bit more time before I commit to
You'll probably
Rebirth, you know?
You'll probably start thinking about it more once we have like a clear date for the third part.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing. I'm conscious of Part 3 will probably get announced or get announced like sooner rather than later, so it might be better to hold off and do...
Good, sorry.
Hold off and do it then when I'll have like the enthusiasm to go through both those games back to back, then do it now and then be like, well, I should do a playthrough again before then, but...
I really wouldn't be surprised if we hear something at the Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, I'm curious as to what else might be at the Tokyo Game Show, because, as I said, not a lot of stuff has been coming out this year, but...
Yeah.
When is the game show?
September, like end of September.
So Y will be out by then.
Yeah, Y will be out. Time Stranger will be out. Well, Time Stranger will be like a month out, so maybe a new trailer for them. But
when are they gonna announce the DLC already?
Well, they have announced that like Tyrannado and Tyrannado Rex and Zelgard are in the DLC for are in part of the
they haven't
DLC.
announced like the extra series yet.
Yeah, we were speculating on who it might be. I don't think it'll be Witch Mercury Season 2 because because they said that there'll be missions based on the packs, or they will include missions.
They said it's going to be like the DLC for
30, yeah.
No, I think it's going to be like 3 houses where it's like, you know, like you play a side story that is basically a mini game in its own, and then you get them for the regular story.
Mm. So I feel like that's sort of how 30 did it.
Well, 30 just kind of added extra missions as the story went along. I think this one is just like you stop playing the regular game and you play like this 15-stage mini game, basically.
Mm. Well, we'll see. As I said, I still don't think they'll do Witch Mercury Season 2, if only because it'd be really weird to like do the end of like the show while you're still doing the first season plot.
No, I don't think they're gonna do Freedom either.
They might not even do a Gundam, or if it will, it might be something like that was already in, like IBO or something.
Awesome,
or something that they've already got the sprites for.
Goodness, you're here. A group of
There was DLC last time. It's like, will Iron Blood Orphans forever just be the DLC extra because they don't want to do the plot?
You know what I could see them doing? Because it's the 30th anniversary of Gundam Wing, I could see them doing like the show suit, the show mechs. Because I think it's Endless Waltz that's in.
Yeah, it's Endless Waltz, like it always is.
So I could see them being like, oh well, here are like the TV versions of the Gundams.
For some reason, I'm expecting Panzer World Gallant just because like it has a bunch of new merchandise coming out.
Yeah, it's possible.
Oh god, it's the Tonberry.
Well, you're fucked now.
Leave the faces though. Shinra ain't gonna give us the bounty otherwise.
There is a arena match in Rebirth that is just like 12 Tonberries.
You know, I think the Tonberry fight is a good way to end this after.
Tonberry's coming for you.
He's Tonberry angry. I'll see myself out. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm never ashamed of any pun, no matter how awful it is. But yeah, I am also trying to think. I wouldn't be shocked if they put Breadman in, but maybe not.
Not because I think they said they wanted to.
There goes
the official book over.
Barrett.
Like I know they've got Dynazenon in the main game.
Someone said maybe Gundam X because the anniversary's coming up.
Yeah, maybe. And Gundam X like barely gets to show up and stuff.
It's too bad because I like X.
Do you reckon Braver, maybe?
Raven might be too new, but possible.
I mean, they might also just like throw some real fucking wacky curveballs. Like, still no idea like if Godzilla has any more like representative units than just Jet Jaguar.
Once the Fudo PI might be in.
That'd be a fucking hell. That would be a weird Hail Mary pick.
I mean, they had Ultraman.
True. True, anime, and it was anime Ultraman, so it wasn't even big.
Just double an axle.
Yeah? I'd be down for that. I mean, maybe they'll like finally put the Super Sentai in as like a main thing, in like a mainline game, not like the mobile game where everyone was in.
That was a hell of a fight, as it should be. It's a Tonberry.
We won't say a word to no one about you being here. Really? Honest?
That's right.
Hey, maybe they'll, you know what? Maybe they'll give us Dygard because Dygard should have absolutely been in Super Robot Wars T.
You'll answer to my boot.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I mean, they won't give us Dygard, but wouldn't it be funny if it's like, oh yeah, so here's this mech that absolutely should have been in T, but we'll give you Dygard.
What wasn't in T?
Yeah, it is bizarre because it would have fit like perfectly, wouldn't it?
Well, that Tonberry's dead.
Totally.
Yeah, let me save the game first.
Ooh,
Honestly,
wait.
if I'm, yeah.
If I had a thought, what if what if a Grendizer appearance or some like unique mech that's for a Grendizer upgrade? Because we've never seen like the Grendizer version of Mazin Kaiser, have we?
No, we haven't.
And Grendizer did have that game that came out a couple years back.
It's on sale right now for like $15 too.
It also had a new show.
Yeah.
Which was terrible, apparently, but you know.
Well, I mean, terrible shows get in Super Robot Wars all the time. Look at Majestic Prince or Gundam Seed.
Majestic Prince has gotten in there a couple of times, so has Gundam Seed.
So, just because a show's bad doesn't mean it can't be put in Super Robot Wars.
Code Geass is a regular.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but they rarely use Code Geass' story. They just throw in Lelouch there because people like him.
Yeah, they're just like... You can always tell when like they clearly don't want when clearly this series is just there for the sake of being there, and they're like, yeah, we're not doing this. We're not at all doing the story.
Like here's your popular character. No, we don't want to deal with.
Yeah, maybe they'll do cross.
The Geass plot.
Oh, maybe they'll do cross Ange for that exact reason, so they just can just do like, yeah, here's.
Oh, they've already done cross Edge's plot.
Oh yeah, but I meant like for the DLC.
In great detail too. They're like, oh no, we accept this challenge.
Embryo stealing your waifus.
Okay, now it's time to leave.